Hello everyone, welcome to today's Idiot Games Direct. Today we got quite a bit to go over, including not one, not two, but three big things, well two of them together, but you'll see that later on. But first, let's just start right off with Tunnel Block. So Tunnel Block is getting an update, 2.2.0. We're adding two new maps to the competitive mode. This includes like maps that kind of rotate through between different rounds of competitive instead of just the one we have, Crescent. It also is going to try to fix a few of the title problems we have with titles not showing up when your base is under attack. Titles tend to not show up after your first death. And finally, a big bug has been fixed in the previous update, but I didn't say it, and that scores are no longer reset between rounds. So finally, your scores, your damage done, your kills or whatever, are all stored until the end of the game and not reset between rounds anymore. Well, that's finally been fixed. Okay, now on to Counter Push. First, take a look at this. So what do you think? What you just saw is Brawler C, which is our first of our third kits for all classes. So it will not be playable right away, but it will be playable once all C kits have been revealed. They'll be revealed soon. But anyway, about Brawler C. So Brawler C has a stone sword as well as a trident. Your trident, you can glide through the air, you must be on the ground to use it, and you have to be looking within a 20-degree up or down field of view. So you can't go up with it, but you can only traverse what is basically horizontally with it. It actually has a quite short cooldown of only 5 seconds because you're going to be using it quite often, but you have to be on the ground to use it. And finally, for the final, when you use it, it is first of all, it's quite a long charge. It's about 1700 to cost, it means you have to do the most amount of damage and wait the longest to have your final. But when you use it, any enemies within a 15 block radius all get struck by lightning. It's crazy. So yeah, that'll be a really cool final to use. But anyway, onto the map itself. So what do you think? That's Hot Doggo Industries, not the Hot Doggo Industries you know, but a different one. This was an old factory that got shut down for illegal activity years ago, but we're not really sure why or what they were doing exactly. Maybe we'll find out sometime later. But for now, we broke in. It's an abandoned factory, but it seems to have been activated again. But there's no pigs or anything around, so we're not really sure what they would have been doing at a meat processing facility that makes hot dogs. What could they have been doing? I don't know. Beats me. Anyway, but for the new mode this map will add is Seesaw Push. If you've ever played Tower Control from Splatoon, you know how this works. You basically have your minecart starts in the middle. You have to move it to the enemy team's goal, or this way if you were like on the at team. You move it to the enemy team's goal, and in quick play, it's based on percentage. So if one team gets it to like 30% of the way, and the other team gets it to 35, then they would win the game after the time limit is at about 7 minutes. In competitive, you win based on how much time you keep it in the enemy. So there's 5 checkpoints. There's a check 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the goal, and that dictates how many points you get per second. So you want to get 1,500 points within a 13-minute period. Also, checkpoints, when you reach them, you have to keep the minecart at them for about 5 seconds, and then you can proceed. You'll know because the carpet will change color, corresponding with how much time you still need to be at it. As for Counter Push itself, I'm wanting to host a kind of mini tournament or mini kind of like play day where we have full 5-on-5 games and we do a competitive format, not just a competitive but like a tournament competitive format where you have all 4 maps are played and you play all 4 modes in the order of circle push, double push, seesaw push, and finally capture push, which a mode that is not ready yet but will be added soon. You play in that order, and it's basically a best of 5. And if there's an extra tiebreaker needed, we go back to a circle push. Alright, now on to the 3 mystery items. So, the first mystery item, this is not related to the other 2, but there's been a mass influx of players asking where bingo is and why this is a bingo server. So I've actually taken the opportunity, and actually we're going to start playing bingo like they want with full bingo cards. So we're going to have kind of like a card you can carry around maybe, or just have a screenshot of or something. Like we'll figure that out later. But you'll have to collect items in a randomly generated world in either a line, a diagonal, and then you have to come back and report to us, and we'll verify your bingo, and yep, you've won the bingo challenge. So we'll send everyone out at once, so they'll all be playing. PvP will also be allowed, but you will keep your items when you die, but you'll still have to be sent back to the start. We'll play about once a week, probably on a Saturday or Sunday. I don't know how long the game will take. I'll probably limit it to like an hour or something, but we'll see how it goes. And every time we'll have a new card. You do also have to show up between the doors open and the bingo start time. You cannot join in late. But yeah, that's going to be our new event. So that will actually be the new, kind of like the new sign in the lobby that's been hidden under red wool for a while. That's actually bingo. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, now for the 2 other big things. Last November, we showed off Castle Crusaders, which has kind of been cancelled. I just want to announce that first. It's been kind of replaced by Castle Defenders instead. But Castle Crusaders was kind of shown off as an event, which we will kind of be repeating a little bit. But we're going to be doing it to the extreme level this time in 2019. In late November, get ready for Idiot Con 2019. It's going to be crazy. It's going to start at, well, the time will now be shown on screen. It's going to start around this time. It will start off with a presentation, which will hopefully be about maybe half an hour to an hour long, maybe 45, something around there. So it'll be quite a long presentation. And in that long presentation, we will show off information about new games, as well as updates to current ones, and our future plans as well. Not just the game themselves, but also the server itself, and what we're planning to do with it into 2020 and beyond. So yeah, that presentation will be me talking. It will all be pre-recorded, of course. Nothing is going to be live, but it will be pre-recorded and shown off as a kind of premiere inside a direct. So it will be all one stream, combined with different segments. The second segment will be an expo, which you can walk around the expo freely in Minecraft, and you can select and you can go up to booth owners and ask them what information about the games you saw in the trailers earlier or whatever. So you can ask them information about their games directly, kind of maybe Q&A, and then later on we will then start playing one of the new IPs or intellectual properties, not IP address, we're showing off soon. And we're super excited for this new game. We can't show anything about it until then, but there is a giant new project we have coming along for that time period, and we can't wait to play it with you guys and show it off. But yeah, that will be played as well for about an hour, hopefully. And then finally, starting later on in the day, this will be both Saturday and Sunday as well. We won't be doing any sort of expo stuff on Sunday, but we'll be doing the second half of this on Sunday. But yet, let's see what it is. I'll post a full schedule later, but we're going to be hosting either a Tunnel Block or Counter Push World Cup. Now, we haven't really decided which one we want to go with yet, and I'll give a little bit of information about what both would look like. So if I scooch over a little bit, um, a tunnel block tournament would contain 8 teams of about 3 to 4 players each. A counter push World Cup would contain of only 4 teams, probably, with about 6 to 8 players in each of those teams that you can sub out in and out freely between matches. And both will be probably played on like a best of 5 format, bronze medal game, best of 3, grand final, best of 7, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it will be a World Cup. So there are 2 ways we could do this World Cup, and this is something we also haven't decided yet. If we could either go with real countries, or we could do regionals. Now you might ask, what's the difference? Are those the same thing? Well, by regionals, we don't mean continents. Here's how regionals would work. Or I'll go over countries first. Here's how countries would work. It would be basically like you have Canada, probably UK, US, whatever countries want to participate. But you are more than welcome to play on another team's country. But if yours is full, of course. So we'll probably have like maybe like a Team USA qualifier where anyone who wants to play in the tournament will play 100%. As long as they qualify in the top 8 for tunnel block or top 4 for counter push. In those countries, you'd have different players, of course, from that country or possibly from other countries if theirs was full. So yeah, we'd have like a Team USA qualifier probably at some point, where the Team USA qualifier would be like kind of like just mini matchups where anyone could play, or the winner of that kind of mini tournament will get to use Team US or get to be Team USA, and the losers will have to rebrand to a different country. So yeah, I recommend picking countries based on maybe if you were from there or your parents were from there or whatever you want. It's whatever you want to do, really. The other option we could go with is regionals. So with regionals, you'd have like US West, US North, US South, Canada East, Canada West, UK, maybe Scotland, England, I don't know, whatever countries we have. But it would be instead of like regionals, so it wouldn't be maybe even just California, given how many people live there. It could be its own regional. So you'd basically compete in your region so if you lived in California, you'd probably play on team either US West, Southwest, or California, whatever, if we have enough players. So yeah, you'd compete with people who live near you. So this would mean that you would not be able to participate like abroad. So if you lived in, say, England, you would not be allowed to participate in California. But yeah, it could definitely work, and teams would it would mostly be me picking the teams, but not really picking as much as kind of designating. So like if you lived in US South, let's say, I'd put you with other people who lived near to you. I wouldn't put you, because this is supposed to be kind of like a global competition. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. But anyway, thank you guys all for watching. I will see you guys later, and bye everyone.